Ways to remove items from players' inventories in Fortnite UEFN. I'm gonna start this one out with if your game has classes, which is a class designer. If you have multiple classes and you want to restrict the items that you start with in each class and you want to guarantee that they're removed, then you're going to want to use the item remover device. Um, Pretty much self-explanatory. Uh, Although you're going to want to do the percentage to remove at 100%. Amount to remove could do amount and device or percentage. I just do percentage by 100. Affected objects and device. Objects and device. Uh, Remove items. Drop items. Drop items on ground if you want. Uh, Applies to player is big. You could do player as a team or all players if you want to remove a specific item on a timer. Could do it that way too. If you want it to affect the team or just the class, you could do that as well. But if you want it to just refer to that one player that's making it trigger, then this is it right here. Apply to player. Item list, for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go with the ones I got in my classes. Um, Pretty much if they have any of these items in this list, it's gonna be removed on trigger. Uh, Remove all variations of the selected item as well if you have multiple different qualities or rarities of the item. Uh, and then enable during phase all in any team or class triggering since this is the player. Uh, and play audio, I turn it off just cause. Um, Remove function is how you get it to trigger. You would basically link this or sync this with the class selector or the way that you switch your class. This is how you would remove it. There is another way I know to remove items, and that would be the mutator device, which I make it. You can barely see it, but you see that green line way out there? That is the mutator zone for the whole map, which is located inside of my tree, I think. Yep. So, there's an interesting function. This ain't the right one. Actually, my bad. Uh, there it is. It's over here now. So, I called it drop zone lifespan. Mutator zone, that's the only thing this thing is actually used for. And basically, I increased the zone width to like the entire map, like as big as it could go. And I also made sure that the entire map is enveloped in it. That way, no matter what, if an item drops that's not supposed to be there, it's gonna vanish or get deleted. And the way we do this is very simple. Pretty much, you want to make sure that this doesn't affect the players or creatures or guards. And you want to make sure that editing is off if you want. Allow jumping is on. Movement multipliers and stuff like that only affects the players if it's enabled. Um, but basically, we're going to want to turn on the pickup lifespan, and we're going to set this to whatever time you want. I give it about 7 seconds, just because that kind of gives the player enough time that, oh shit, if I didn't want to drop it, I could pick it back up. Or if I want. But, anyway, pickup lifespan, you set it to what you want. If you want it to be 7 seconds and they drop the item and they're, last second decide to pick it back up, they have a few seconds to do so before it disappears and you can't get it back. Allow marker and allow emote is in there as well. And you could take it a step further by, if they're emoting, you could give them experience just for emoting. If you wanted to do that, there's that option as well. But pretty much this is how you would remove items in your experience, the easiest way, I think. Um, and this does work. I'm trying to also come up with a trash can device, if you will, to kind of get rid of stuff, but the mutator itself is a good workaround to get rid of items if you need. This mic is annoying. I'm about to switch to the actual microphone. Keeps turning off mid video. But anyways, work cut out, I was saying that these are pretty much the ways that I get rid of items. And I was trying to come up with a trash can device that players could actually throw items into, but I'm not sure how to set that up yet. I do see that they added a tree sprite device, and I do think that if you basically give it no rewards, you could possibly set it up that way, but I have not tested that way yet. I was gonna put it over here where this weapon modular device is, or the attachments bench. I was gonna set it right here, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna work because I hadn't tested it yet. But if it does work, I might post a video on it, but I have yet to test it. You can try it if you want, and please comment on the video if you have tried it and it does work, because I would love to use that in my game. But these are a couple ways that you could ultimately get rid of items if you do not want them in the inventories and you do not want a bunch of clutter on the ground for a long period of time. Okay, so hopefully this helped you get a couple ideas on how to remove items out of players' inventories or just get rid of random clutter on the ground if you need. Um, and hopefully this helped you. So I really appreciate you guys sticking and watching the whole video. And peace.